starting with the light source. As with all of them, the light source is the Cancer symbol. The color palette was blue and silver, so I went with silver as the lighting, as the lit area. So in effect, it's just a blue. No, it's not. It's a white light, and it's very much from behind. Although because Cancer has like a roundness to it, which is symmetrical. It was, you know the symbol. It's that symbol. So there's one big circle on one end and one big circle on the other end. So even though it's from the back, there's a lot of light because there's a lot of surface area. While figuring out what the shading is, how it's being shaded, you have to think about where. Okay, this is what shadow this one is casting, but what about the light coming from this one? Is this light counteracting this light? So is there even a shadow showing up here at all, type thing? And then there's because I drew her sitting down, and most of them, Aries is standing up, Taurus is sitting down, but but she's also leaning forward, so I didn't need to draw a chair in. And the rest are, well, there's Gemini and then there's Cancer. So Gemini is a shoulder shot, so Cancer is the only one that I actually needed to figure out. Right, she's sitting down, so how are we going to do this since the background needs to be stars? So the stars are going to show up a bit more muted in the background, and I decided I wanted to have a change of texture for the ribbony bits to make them a little bit more a little bit more sheer, I guess, as a change of color. And since, yes, there's a lot of lighting coming from the sides, but she is backlit, so I need to use the shading to darken the front, the front of the image, of the skirt, of the dress, of the person, of Cancer. But also I want it to look good, so adding a bit of highlights to the dress where the light would be catching from the sides, because a lot of light is coming from the sides, which kind of makes it look like waves, which was the point. So success. There's a lot of time placed on the dress because there's a lot of the dress. And went with silver jewelry because silver is one of the colors, and I decided to give her some nail polish because it seemed fitting. Another bunch of ruffled collar, that type of thing. And I changed the color of the crab because I decided I wanted to glow as well, and although I did that a bit quickly, so adding in the glow from there. And most of the time the way that things end up glowing is less so that they themselves are glowing, although they are. I do add like a small effect, but more it becomes more clear once you add in the shadows they cast and the highlights they make. And this is when I started thinking, I might have mentioned this before though, that would there be highlights in the eye if the eye itself is the light source? And I still don't know the answer. I just kind of add them in because I like how they look. Even though, like, in this one, this is not the type of highlights that I would have. And, yeah, in this one, because the shadows for the hair are more purplish, burgundy. It's not burgundy, like navy. It very much makes the hair look more lavender, which wasn't my intent from the beginning, but I do like it, so I'm keeping it. The reason I'm stopping here without finishing the hair is because I plan on going in and shading each braid separately, which is going to be a lot. It's not going to be a lot for you because it's going to be sped up, but it took a long time for me. And then I can use that as a transition to, like, okay, stars, which I probably forgot in this one, but usually I add them in before. I'm also gonna mess about with the shadow on the ground because that's not where it's supposed to be. It's not correct. I'm not sure if I got it correct in the end, but that's definitely not where it's supposed to be, and it's going to be fixed. Gonna be adding the stars, gonna add glow and blur to the stars, gonna shade the hair properly and not just a quick figure out what's in the back, what's in further in front, and going to add some contrast layers and probably some other layers and maybe some overlay layers, stuff like that. But that's for a different day. That's for another day. Yeah, that's for a good day. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. See you later, and goodbye.